Well, hi there, everybody. My name is Tony Grillo, and welcome to my channel. I am here with my dog DJ, and we are at the Mauston Quick Trip truck stop, and this is their famous sign, Mauston, Wisconsin, and that is their famous sign. It's like a truck, like propped way up in the air. So just thought I'd take a moment and share, some thoughts. I took my girlfriend to see the movie Sound of Freedom, and I told her, because she was like, "Oh, you're taking me to a movie," because I haven't been to a movie in a long time, because I just don't like the garbage that Hollywood's been putting out. I think the last movie I saw was the Tom Cruise movie, and so the Top Gun movie, and we went to that and we really liked it. But I thought, I told her, I said, because I was hearing everything about this movie from YouTube, from a bunch of YouTube channels, and I said, we need to send a message to Hollywood, and the only way we can do that is by spending our money and everybody going to see the movie, and then the movie becomes a box office success, and then Hollywood is forced to have to acknowledge it. And it is interesting, the response that we are getting from Hollywood and the elites and the media, because you would think they would be they would be like touting this movie for its stance against child sex trafficking, and bringing awareness to it. The fact is, I had no idea that it was as bad as it was until I saw the movie. And my girlfriend Elizabeth, she is Latino. She is from Guatemala, and she has been to these countries, and she says a lot of what was in that movie is actually true, and children are very much in danger, especially in these very poor countries where they are preyed upon. And she also said that her sister had crossed into the United States at a very young age, and was in danger, they actually had to flee from the coyotes that were there trying to capture kids, just for the sole purposes of sex trafficking. And she said she had a brother too that they had paid a lady to take her brother across, and then the lady didn't want to give up the kid. I mean, he was a baby at that time, and so then she had to, her mom had to go through a real I'm losing my train of thought here, but her mom had a lot of it was basically she went through a lot of hurdles to get her kid back, her baby back, because that lady didn't want to give the baby back. And maybe someday I'll get those people to tell me their stories, because I think I didn't even know, until I saw the movie, and then me and Elizabeth were talking about the movie afterwards. But yeah, it was so powerful, and it makes you want to do something. It makes you want to stop this child sex trafficking that's going on. And so I made a video. I've done a couple videos where I talk to DJ and he gives me an answer. And I thought, it might be kind of fun just to do like a minute and a half video where, DJ is making some comments about, the Sound of Freedom while he's playing with my girlfriend's nephew. And I made that video, and I didn't expect all the views that I got. So far it's shot up to 2,200 views, and most of the comments have been very positive, and I got a lot of likes too. And this is probably going to be the most highly viewed video that I've ever made, next to a commentary I did on the People's Court. That one got 15,000 views. That's my highest video. But this one is actually number 2, and it might surpass that other video. But that's because this is such a hot button topic, and why Disney passed on it is mind-boggling. It just says something about their character, the fact that they didn't want to put this movie out there, and so, but thank God it is out there. I heard somebody on YouTube channel say, God's will be done, and that's, all, despite all the hurdles and obstacles, the movie did get out there, and the word is getting out there. And the message of the movie is really simple. God's children are not for sale. How can you not support that? So I felt motivated to make a video. It was funny. I had one comment on there, and somebody said, why are you using your dog to mock this video? And I was guessing that I was probably being trolled, but I thought I'm going to respond to this, because I've had experiences in the past where a lot of times people go to the comments first in a video, and then if the comments are pretty good, if there's a lot of discussion going on, that will motivate people to want to watch the video and make up their own mind whether it's mocking or not mocking, and I thought I'm going to respond to that, and I did respond, and I felt like it was interesting because I made the comment that it's not mocking, and it isn't mocking. I was not making a video. It was pretty clear this person never saw my video, and then I went on their profile, and they had in quotes, they had that God uses crooked or God writes straight using crooked characters. And I think that's a great quote. God writes straight using crooked characters. I mean, that has so many meaning right there in that quote. And so I put that line in there right back in the response, and then I made the comment, DOG backwards is GOD, and and I didn't want to rip on this person, because that's not what my video is about. I felt so like I had to do something after I saw that movie, and so that's why I made the video. I mean, you watch the video, and it's a cute video with my dog DJ playing with my girlfriend's nephew. That's what kids should be worried about. That's all that kids should be thinking about is playing with a dog. They shouldn't, that's all. They should be living their lives being kids. And anybody that harms a child, you deserve to go to hell. You really do. Because God's children are not for sale. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about in this video here. And so that, that's all I got to say. I do feel like you really need to go see the movie. I'm hoping that it'll have another big week this week and weekend. I'm hoping it's going to do well. I'm hoping people are going to go see the movie. I did have a couple weird things happen. I'm sure everybody that's seen the movie has probably seen those videos of all the weird stuff that's going on at these theaters. I did have two weird things, but I think they were entirely coincidental, but I'm not 100% sure. When we were standing in line to get our tickets, they only have two registers at the Marcus Theater. Well, first of all, I went to Marcus Theater in Oakdale, Wisconsin. I hit the 6:20 show. I think they were only showing the movie two different times, okay, in their smallest theater. But I decided to pick the 6:20 because I tend to fall asleep at the 9 o'clock movies, So I took the 6:20 show, and we walked to the theater, and I noticed on the wall, of the theater where they show all the posters of all the movies that they're showing, Sound of Freedom wasn't up there. They did not have one single Sound of Freedom poster along the wall. And then I get inside the theater, and I want to buy the ticket, and they have two registers. That's it. One for cash and one for credit card. And this lady, there was a lady here, I kid you not, she was in the cash line, and I had brought cash because I had budgeted $100 for my date time with my wonderful girlfriend, and I was using that money, so I wanted to pay cash for the movie tickets. This woman was tying up the line, trying to buy whatever it was she was doing, buying tickets or whatever, and she was paying with like a piggy bank. She was like putting like pennies down and nickels and meanwhile, we had showed up. I thought the movie was like 6:30, and it turned out it was 6:20. So we were walking in right at 6:20, and there was a line there, and people are wanting to get their tickets, and I'm sure there were people that wanted to see Sound of Freedom, and she was tying up the cash line, and I was kind of ticked off at her. I almost wanted to ask her if that was her sole intent, was to tie. Was she purposely doing that so that people that wanted to go see Sound of Freedom right before, the movie was going to start pretty quick, and she had that cash line tied up, and I almost wanted to ask her and film her, are you purposely doing this, to tie up the line so that people who want to pay cash to see the movie are going to miss the movie because the movie's going to start and they didn't get their ticket, But it turned out there was only like, I think 6 seats left. So I went to the credit card line. I had to use my credit card. I paid for my 2 seats, and we had to sit at the very front of the screen, right at the corner spot. Not where I like to watch a movie, but we sat there. That was our 2 seats, right the very front row on the corner, and so there we were. We watched the movie, and you know what? I enjoyed it anyway, even though I had to sit there. And then after the movie, we get out, and in a parking lot, I had parked, in the nose in. But there were 2 lanes there, and somebody had parked kind of like in front of me, to the side, on the passenger side, in the other side, but they had backed in, and somebody hit their car and smacked the front end of their car. Now, they had also gone to see the movie Sound of Freedom. It's probably entirely coincidental. I mean, they actually left a note on the car, given their number and everything. And then I know that the couple came out, and I was like, yeah, I read the letter. I was looking to see where the damage was. I found it. I said, yeah, somebody hit your car, So I know that lady there she went back into the theater to see if they had film footage, if there was a camera in the parking lot, and so she could get that. And so yeah, and but that it's probably entirely coincidental. But you hear these weird things that are going on, for this movie, and I just thought that is weird. Too many coincidences. What's the saying? Too many coincidences is not a coincidence. I think some cop was saying that when I was watching some true crime show. But anyways, somebody made a comment about the fact that I used my dog to promote the movie. Well, why not? My dog got 2,200 views. Now this video probably won't get anywhere near that number, but we shall see. But anyways, guys, I gotta get back to work, so I'm gonna leave you with that. Wisconsin hugs. Oh, there's another dog right there. All right, so I don't know if you can see the dog or not. Ah, well. All right, bye.